finding peace in this prison never seemed so on before. What am I searching for? Just a touch of the feeling rush of two hearts beating. Why am I left dancing in the rain again, singing my sorrows for what I can't seem to get? Just someplace where I belong. And don't take this from me. I've been fading away, memories are turning to gray. But every step that I take, the closer I get to finding there's more to me than what these eyes have seen. It's within my reach, and I'll take it all. I am weathered and broken and weary, but I'm not throwing it all away for something that only fades. Been through the battle, been through the war, but I still can't find what I'm searching for. Just someplace where I belong. And don't take this from me. I've been fading away, memories are turning to gray. But every step that I take, the closer I get to finding there's more to me than what these eyes have seen. It's within my reach, and I'll take it all. Just someplace where I belong. I've been fading away, memories are turning to gray. But every step that I take, the closer I get to finding there's more to me than what these eyes have seen. It's within my reach, and I'll take it all. I've been fading away, and I'll take it all.
are we doing today, Metal?
We are doing very well. How are you, my friend?
I'm very well. How about you?
Well, let's see. First of all, Happy New Year to all of our wonderful viewers here. It's amazing to have you all in 2021. Yes, 2020, get the fuck out of here. Hopefully this year can be better than the last. But I'm
Exactly.
not doing too bad. I've got heating back. I'm in a fantastic mood. I've made up with some
Oh,
good friends.
how come you? How are coming in a very good mood today?
Well, made it with some good friends after last year. Got rid of some people that were bugging the shit out of me, and I'm in altogether a much better place. How about yourself?
Well, I'm doing very well at the moment. There's a lot to do at the moment, but we definitely have a lot of interesting Cup Series going today.
We've got a very, very interesting cup today, and it's well, let's just say it's sponsored by EnableNet.
It is.
Now, I will fill you in more on EnableNet later on in the show. But what you need to know right now is we are currently on round 1 of this Focus RS Cup. We are at Brands Hatch. And let's just say there's no other way of putting it. We've got 22 laps in the dry, 21 laps in the rain. Looking at chat quicker, we've got Sainty Boy who's having iPhone problems. I have the same as you, Sainty. It's something to do with Apple. It's not exactly the sale, but you know.
Some things are very funky.
Yeah, something's buggy there. Efficiency's in the chat. Crow is in the chat as always, bullying the rest of the people. We've also got Shogun here, Barney is in here, and we've got Slow Boy Send It.
Oh!
Now, if you're wondering why I'm calling him Slow Boy,
well, he's calling himself out right now. He's calling himself out.
Well, Slow Boy Send It, I destroyed him twice on the Forza Dakar about a couple of hours before the stream. So I'm calling him Slow Boy and Send It. I will not shut it. It's my job, so shush. Anyway, Send It is saying cake because Hiko is saying that you're a bit louder than me, okay? Send It saying no.
It might just be to the sound setting that I got it from your end, and due to how the microphone may be speaking my voice more over yours potentially.
Yeah, true.
It is how it is with streaming.
Oh my god, now chat's bullying Send It.
Well, what were we expecting?
Well, I'll tell you something, this is Send It's fall from grace, because he has been dominating us for the past month now straight. So, all I'm going to say is this, Send It, suck it. And for those of you who don't know, this is a FTC stream first, because we have not got a virtual safety car. We have got a real safety car in the Polish boy wonder that is Mr. Sakura, aka Barney's,
who's still no. Oh, and there he is, as you can see on the stream right now.
It is a very, very nice looking safety car. It's a proper car.
Although, a little fun fact about this.
Oh, tell me a fun fact.
Barney's was really fighting with the design and color of the vehicle.
How?
He wanted silver, and they were wanting it blue, and he was not happy wanting the blue. So they said white and blue tones, which actually made for a very nice livery on the safety car.
It did make a really nice livery. Also, can I say, it's the stupid AMG GT, it is the proper SLS.
Here you see what I'm meaning about. But it's straight in chat right after I'm talking about the blue Merc.
Beignets, that's because you are lacking in something what normal people call taste. You don't know good cars. And it's not my fault you got stuck, it's just you slow.
Which is also very funny when I look at the PI of the Merc, which is actually one lower than the Focus.
Yes, it actually is one lower, although it has got considerably more speed and acceleration and piss poor handling. So this should be interesting.
And the braking is worse, so I'm not sure if I want
I
to...
made a joke about this in the pre-lobby about you being a safety car driver. That would be terrifying. No! Also, to everyone who is just joining, Happy New Year from myself and the rest of FTC. We cannot be any happier to have you here. Yes, Beignets, we know. Shh.
I think we're just waiting on the last of the guys already up before the race begins.
Because you're stealing FS's thunder, we can't have the fun facts of the day until the first half of this race.
What? The reason I went with the fun fact is because it had to do with the series. Since others Hamilton's viewers know that there was a little conundrum regarding the color of the safety car.
Also, Haseo, would you like a fun fact?
Tell me.
The race lobby of these drivers is going to be fucked because Crow is currently in two parties at the same time of both Xbox and Discord, meaning he's going to be talking to two groups of entirely different people, and
everybody's going to be majorly fucked.
Yeah. This is that, right? Metal!
Are we stealing his slide today with the fun facts?
I don't know. We could go further. Oh god, Bayous, don't make that second person. You're gonna send everyone schizophrenic. Are you cracking open another chocolate bar?
I just took the last piece.
FS will gladly wait for your fun fact because they are always fun and they're always facts though. It's a bit like Ron Seal, it does what it says on the tin.
Although, fun fact about FS, and we're 6 away from the end of from the beginning of the race.
Qualifying, dear boy. Qualifying.
Third moment. Another little thing that's new today, if you notice on stream.
Yes, there are new banners if anyone cares to pay attention.
And they're off in qualifying.
They are off for qualifying. Now, what makes this different is it is a 3-lap qualifier, meaning they have 1 out lap and 2 flying laps. That is for round 1 through 5, but round 6, I believe there will only be 1 flying lap. So this is going to be very, very interesting to say the least.
I think they're getting a little more time in this due to the fact that another thing with this series, we actually have a pro side and an amateur side.
Ooh! Which is...
And we see something flying off in the background.
oh god, I've got to see who that is. Let's see who that is. Oh, it's DOR Steve. Well, it looks like Delta's off to a strong year start, mate.
Either that, or this might be a malfunction of the controller. Something
Also,
must be up.
Also, FS, regarding the Torben Tuesday, you've got to remember the UK today went into national lockdown number 3, meaning that they would have to pull everyone back
I
out
think
the
we're
office
having a
and back to work.
restart of the qualifying.
How are we having a restart of the qualifying?
Yep, I called it. Controller or wheel issues.
There we go. Also, hi Genji, welcome to our chat. Barney says restart. Yes, FS, so we have gone into a 3rd lockdown now, and there's no actual date of when we're coming out of it now. So, that's going to be interesting. For that FS, I would expect either Thursday or Friday, but if it's any later, don't throw too much shade at them, considering the fact that, you know, there is still a pandemic going on. Oh yeah, for everyone in chat, just feel free to roast Send It Media and how slow he is, that even I beat him twice!
You're gonna rub that in his face all day long from the sounds of it.
I say, I'm gonna rub it in his face like an over squidgy cake at a carnival festival.
Oh goodness. You go like that number 3, Return of the Boris Bugalo.
The Boogaloo, Boris Boogaloo. Yeah, FS, they were struggling, and then the pandemic happened. You know, small roast there, you know. Get my jab in quick.
And we have quite a turnout today, I have to say.
We have got a huge turnout today. We've nearly got a full lobby. 23 out of 24 drivers, meaning there's 21 people here. Actually, no, 20 people here who are going to be competitively racing in this cup.
Exactly. So it's going to be quite interesting mayhem going on this series.
There's going to be quite a good amount of mayhem.
There's quite a nice amount of liveries for today.
Robin says the amount of lag I got made it look like a rave with the amount of flashing colours. Oh lord. Well, hopefully, Robin, it went an illegal rave. If it says, also Metal, Send It lost once to me, and I'm one of the backmarkers on FTC. Yikes. Yeah, Send It, you should be ashamed of that. I mean, where's your pace? I mean, I know Haseo is slow, but you know. Slight personal jab there. Robbie says someone already got caught with drift suspension. Bruh. Great. But no, we've got a lot of old and returning names and new names. We've got OTR Eagle, Heiko, Darken, Stug, Acteam, and McGrath, Root Turtle, Tom, Genji, Track Saban, Infernus, Send It. Effie says, Send It, use this anger to win the races today. Yeah, he actually might, because Send It is very quick boy in the wet, but in the dry. But they are off again on their flying out laps with a couple of people already. Well, there's Sabian going in the gravel realm once again. But no, the cars today are very nippy little things. They're A-class, four-wheel drive. They've got good amounts of handling, but just the right amount of understeer. So it should be well. Should be really
Exactly.
good.
And we're right now on the first lap of the qualifying before we go into flying laps. And look at the little hordes of focus going on in the line. Oh my god. What a glorious sight of just a big line of focus RSs.
Oh, no. Also, welcome to chat RZM Ronald. If you don't know Ronald, he was in our mini cup just before the new year. Amazingly fast person. He says, go Eagle and Darpin, Daddy is watching you boys. Well, that doesn't sound creepy, does it? FS, it's surprisingly cheap because of how many manufacturing flaws it had. Oh god, and I've just realised that Robin's in this race. Oh lord.
I think he's gonna behave a little more in this series, otherwise it's gonna be some consequences.
No, he's gonna have one bad race and he's gonna go, fuck it, handbrake time. But most of the drivers now are on their hot lap, so this should be something that is going to be very, very close to watch, as all the drivers are taking every little bit of track they can get. I'm currently watching Infernus, who got a little bit twitchy on the exit.
It did. Now where do we got our boss master, Jaxu? Ooh, his livery's quite nice, like a black and white two-tone going on.
And don't forget that today's stream and series, should I say, is sponsored by EnableNet. Go and check them out, as EnableNet are changing the game as we know it for internet providers.
And Sakura sending it straight back at FS.
Oh god, hashtag blame FS. If that doesn't catch on, I'll be sad.
Seems like a lot of people struggling to understand this vehicle today.
The understeer is real in this vehicle. But let's see, first group of times coming in. Current leader is TXR Sender, aka Slow Boy, at a 1:34.8. So we'll have, oh no, OTR Eagle knocking him off his perch with a 1:34.6.
There's still got one more flying lap to go, so he has still potential to either beat it or be beaten.
If I stab you in the front, how is it classed as a backstab? I said it to your face.
As the first coming at the end now, the last flying lap, with PTG acting a little bit wide on one of the few final corners, so I think he lost a little bit of speed there.
OTR Eagle is still in first position, but they are all round.
Well, and somebody just sends it across the finishing strong line of the flying lap.
Let's see if anyone can knock him off the perch. Furnace's drivers are just destroying the barrier. Whoa! OTR Eagle just clocks in at 1:34.1. Another half second shaved off their lap time.
Then again, it's not easy to get into a rhythm on a flying lap compared to practice where you can just go lap after lap after lap.
Yeah, on practice it's do or die, and I think OTR Eagle is victorious in clutching that first position. Holy moly!
Let's see over lap times we got here. Eagle Eye going with a 1:34.1. Close will be. Looks to be Sendit with a 1:34.8.
Yeah. All the drivers are sitting in the 136, 137, but it looks like, correct me if I'm wrong, looks like...
The two quickest, I think it's Eagle and Sendit currently down in the 4:34s.
Oh no, Aaron McGrath could be third, because he's got 135.6. No, Google Smith 135.2. Oh, Crow just missing out on Google Smith's time. Yeah, I believe Google Smith will be third, closely followed by Crow in fourth.
Crow's doing fairly well then.
But Eagle, OTR Eagle, just walking away. That is a full 0.7 of a second.
Now,
Faster.
if people aren't paying attention, we had a little group change for everybody.
That is true.
The reason for this is to make sure everybody can see when the safety car is going out on the field. If I'm not mistaken, I think there will be 3 locations it will to either turn off, or if that's a different scenario, if it will be for a restart.
Don't forget to spectate. FSN saying OTR sweeping FTC again in quali. If this keeps up, we'll have to rebrand.
I don't think that rebranding is going to happen. I think the current brand we currently have.
What are you talking about? FTC is where it's at. We know we're the best. But whilst we wait for the drivers to actually get into order, Hussein, would you like to learn more about enablement?
send it, but see Rob there says this track doesn't have enough strays to shed during a race.
Oh god, Robin's superpower has been stripped from him. If you could be fast in quali, but take a look, for example, at Formula 1. Charles Leclerc and Sebastian Vettel, monstrously fast in qualifying. Are they winners? No, no, no. And I know that right there would have triggered Effis because he's just Charles Leclerc fan. Didn't you? Effie, when the Ferrari stops sucking, then I'll leave them out of it. But until then, I'm going to poke fun at them continuously. I am! I'm not a Charles Leclerc fanboy, just passionate. Ronaldo says Eagle is a really good player, just starting to grow up and take some really good skills. Well, Ronaldo, you're not wrong there. They have got some serious speed behind them, so would like to see what happens in the future. FSN says demonic screaming. Let me grab a crucifix and throw it at you. Robin says, oh yeah, I can invite Takeshi too. Oh no.
I think we're just
Ops.
waiting on Stereogiants from the looks of it and Traxabine to ready up.
I wonder if they used to serve cake at EnableNet headquarters. I'm just saying.
Cake Daily, maybe?
Yeah, like the cake of the day.
Very interesting if they will do that.
Robin says, oh yes, get all the aliens. Well, Robin, Genji is one as well, so poke fun at him.
FS. You got the fun fact about the Focus RS when it was being produced?
Yes, Ephes, where is your fun fact of the day?
Well, don't forget, we just do still have channel points and mess us up. We have the still cursing word.
Robin just asked what the penalty is for wrecking the safety car, and Barney said you get a slap from me and Metal's dildo. Okay. Well, that was interesting punishment, but okay. Robin's like, Metal ditto? Hey, they've got the ditto. Aw, FS, you tease. FS, I will not blame Haseo because he is my peanut munching co-host. And Robin, I know there was a but, and like John Connor, I terminated his ass.
Because I wanted to go with the fun fact about the Focus RS then. Did you know that under production of the Focus RS, they actually did not do it fully on the line, and they took it off to a separate line at the factory and did all the rest of the bodywork of the bumpers there.
Oh.
They did like they started with this factory bumper, but due to this, it's only due to if they had the RS bumper on straight away, it will scrape during transport of the transport line on the factory.
Really? And don't forget, with the Focus, there was the infamous head gasket issue.
Oh yeah. They're a second away now.
From the obligatory world, let's be real. It's taken 40 minutes to get to the race, holy crap.
Well, keep in mind that we had almost 10 minutes of music beforehand.
Hey, 10 minutes of music is, well, roughly 600 seconds. So, lights out and away we go here at Grand. We have got a nice early strong start from OTR Eagle, Send It and Google very, very close behind. OCR Eagle defending that inside line well, send it right up his rear bum with Google and Darkin as well. Crows going side by side. Eagles getting a very, very nice line, but they are not pulling away anywhere near as much because Sender is looking to chase them down. We've got 22 laps here at Brands Hatch of wonderful racing action. This is race 1 of 2 for today.
Second, also Eagle has a very nice livery where it's also very nicely placed in the team name on the left side with how the angle of the stripe going on top to his vehicle is going.
That is a very nice little stripe he's done there, but all Sender getting a little bit twitchy as these two drivers are starting to make a little small gap now from the rest of the pack. Oh god, oh god.
Eagle and Sandy is just walking away from the rest of the field, but let's get a little bit further down the pack, see if we can find any other battles going on.
Oh, there's a nice little battle happening for 6th place.
I just randomly jumped back there and I see it as well with Crow.
Crow, oh, Hack Team and McGrath. Crow went a little bit too wide. Now going up the outside, McGrath and Stug is catching up with Tom and Phoenix in close pursuit of Stug for 9th place. And it doesn't help that Crow looks like the Iron Brewmobile, but we'll get past that.
Also, I think, fun fact is, I heard Crow was supposed to run different liveries. Seems like he had a little incident that he had to use a different livery for this occasion for now.
Yeah. But still, McGrath and Stug are going side by side as they're going up the hill now. So let's see, McGrath gets a better line. Stuck off behind. Oh, who went off in the gravel? I think that was Phoenix.
Might have potentially been.
Oh, but hang on. Hello. There is a nice little tight battle happening for 3rd place between Darken, Google, and Heiko.
Heiko. I guess we need that reminder every time, otherwise we're just gonna forget.
We were calling him that for a month and a half.
At least I remember to help us to right on track. Ooh, and seems like somebody went a little bit wide, and it seems like it was Google.
Google did go a little wide. It's given Heiko a little bit of breathing room as but Heiko does go under the gravel a little bit. That is a very tricky little slippery hill. Let's see where there's a good battle. Oh, there's a nice little battle happening in 13th place between Jax, Apollo, McGrath, and Track Sabian. I apologise if I'm butchering your names, but still. Jax, our Lord and Saviour here, said that he is going to be going full send on this, full try hard, as he loves how this track feels. And the carrot, oh, but he just got rear punted by Apollo. Apollo just kissed the booty cheek of our boss man himself, dropping him down 3 positions in 1 corner, and he had to slow, otherwise he would have taken out Apollo at the same time.
And they also have to do 1 pit stop as well in this series.
Very true, there is 1 mandatory pit stop as well.
Which cannot be counted for if they're going in. Ooh, somebody's hit a tire wall in the pit lane.
Let's see though if there's any types of things happening now. I don't know what has happened to Steel or Steve,
The lap counter is currently under the blue banner on the left side with the FTC logo.
We are currently on lap 4 of 22, so if anyone in chat wants a lap update, just scream it at us, yell it at us, send us a carrier pigeon asking what the laps are, and we will tell you, do not worry.
Yes, since we've done a little update on our overlays to make it a little more nicer on the eyes and just update itself for the new year. Some changes had a little bit done to make it more appropriate. As you can also see on the, as you can see, as we currently have, you can see in this area right here, we have our names popping up, who we are on Twitch as well. I'm not sure just my end, but it seems like I get some stuttering every now and then of the cars seeming to be lagged. Are you getting it as well?
I am getting a bit of stutter, but you have to understand that it is the new year, not many people are in work, there's going to be heavy demand on these internet providers, not just the internet providers, but also the servers. But if you want to just get connected, because let's be real, the internet is rapidly turning into a utility rather than a luxury. And that is what it enabled it. Today's sponsor is changing the game. They are offering very, very competitively priced broadband packages at very small contracts, only 6 months contracts. And compared to like the 48-month contracts minimum on some of these bigger name brands, 6 months is nothing. 6 months is, it's lovely, and for every 10 packages sold, they donate a 12-month package for free to a family who can't afford it, and they get them connected, help them find jobs, help them build themselves back up, and help them in the community. So if you feel like being a fantastic person, go and spread the love.
Ooh, we got a nice little battle for 8th place here as well now, between What and Tom, Archer Stug, and Phoenix 8.
Tom is under attack from Phoenix on his left, Stug on his rear. Stug is trying to go for the undercut, but Phoenix went a bit too wide, giving Stug the position.
Yeah, but he's not giving up easily.
Oh, and Tom caught a bit of the gravel. Stug and Phoenix is still going side by side. Phoenix cuts him off, gaining 9th position back.
What? No, you still have to get the fun fact of the day up is.
I tell you, we've got 5 laps until that happens. So here we go, Phoenix and Stug are still battling out back there. It's given 110 Tom a little bit of time to run away, if I'm honest, so it's a nice little breather for them. Let's go further down the pack a little bit, where there's a title battle happening for 15th place between Jax and Apollo. Now, Jax is doing very well, having nice consistent pace, and they're just doing immensely well. But Apollo is keeping with our boss man, so we'll see what happens there.
It's nice to see that we see some battles down further down the line as well, and everybody's enjoying themselves on track.
It is nice to see everyone enjoying themselves, because here at FTC we say if you're not enjoying something like this, you need to change what you're doing. Because as soon as you're doing something that you're not enjoying, you need to change it or reevaluate it. So we'll certainly see. And as we do say here, your mental health and mental ability, should we say, always comes first. The racing is always second to people's health and their mindset.
Exactly.
Speaking of mindset, nice little segue if I do say so myself. If you think you have the mindset to take on these drivers, get yourself in the FTC Discord, build yourself a car, sign up for an event.
Ooh, and
Oh, we
Apollo
want to
messes
see
up
you
and
win.
goes wide and hits the gravel realm.
Ooh. But speaking of realms, OTR Eagle has just entered the danger zone realm because they have just clocked in at 133.7.
Oh my
New
lord.
fastest lap of the race. But I believe a couple of people are coming into the pits.
Well, we are reaching the halfway mark at the moment.
Here we go, we've got McGrath and Track Woody in the pits quite early on lap 8 and 22. But mind you, these focuses drink fuel like you wouldn't believe. On pre-testing, I was averaging about 8.5% of fuel loss per lap. Belgium Waffle Racing better have me there, Ephes. They better have me. But
It better be there.
But here we go, let's see if there's any tight action happening, because the leaders have spread out now, because OTR Eagle has got 2.4 second advantage over Send It Media Slow Boy in second, Darken in third, Heiko in fourth, and Google Smith in fifth. So Google has dropped back quite a considerable pace.
Yes, I think the field's starting to get spread out a little bit here at the moment.
I think the closest battle though is happening though between Stug in 7th place, Watson
Well,
in
Ephes,
8th.
the more you're talking about that, you know, it might get leaked. We don't know.
Well, Ephes, if that's the only thing that you're scared of getting leaked, be grateful that that's the only thing getting leaked. There's been quite a little gap change, so... Oh, hang on, who is that? Who is that? DOR Steve, I believe, in 20th, has just stopped, and they're gone. It looks like we have yeah, there we go, Barnes has just confirmed DOR Steve is retiring due to technical issues. Can we get an F in chat? Ephes, I will give you 1 point in a future challenge. So let's see here. Now, the lead is still pretty much spread out. They're actually all very much spread out along this little track. The closest at the moment are Phoenix in 14th and Infernus in 15th.
Oh, we just caught Genji slacking at the caught in the gravel realm on the final corner. I guess that's not what Genji wanted to be caught on stream.
Oh.
Oh, got Stairjack's currently pits at the moment.
Yep, Bossman is in the pits. So we'll see how that affects things. Hopefully, not too much. But no, everyone's actually quite spread out. Well, apart from 14th and 15th, because in fairness, and Woody are having one hell of a battle. And speaking of which, if you are not... Oh, and Woody goes with a dive! Woody takes 14th away from Inferno like candy from a ginger baby. But if you want to actually know how to get better at taking photos, not just in Forza, but in video games and real life in general, watch Infernus and Sergio, aka Phil and Dave, on Thursday stream, where they will teach you how to take proper photos.
Photography Thursdays.
And also, one interesting thing, for everyone watching in chat, you are earning Twitch points, don't forget. So if you want Twitch points to spend them here, make us say a funny word. If it's a bad word, we'll ban you for it, but, you know, that's the risk you take. You know, stop us from swearing, you know, replace a word, whatever your little heart contains. Let's see what
here we go, the safety car just chilling out. Let's take a little time and look at the delivery of this thing.
It looks really nice. It takes me sort of back to like the 2013 era of Formula One.
It does. Exactly, Barnes. That to say, this delivery matches very well with the Enable logo on it as well.
Ephes has just leaked his Formula E car, and I'm not gonna lie, it sort of looks like a Happy Wheels, not a Happy Wheels, a Happy Meal toy. I'm not gonna lie, it sort of does. Here we go. Let's actually see.
That's actually pretty nice there, Ephes.
Yeah,
we got the drift machine going on.
Yeah, there's the drift machine. Oh lord.
Although, I guess we could go on the front of the Focus RS again.
Also, Ephes, we're on lap 12 now. Where's our fun facts?
The thing is, the Focus RS do have a drift button installed in it.
That is, hang on, what happened here? Send It has dropped way back and OTR Darkin is trying to take second place away from him.
Maybe Send It is feeling the pressure from today in the Dakar. As he's running wide and almost get a snap oversteer from the simulation driving.
Come on, slow boy, you're faster than this. Oh, Darky getting very drifty, losing a couple.
Ooh, I think both of them are trying to push and trying to chase down Eagle. Which, oh wait, hold on! They're getting a backmark and it's Steerjacks are currently getting in front of them.
If they push any harder, a Fiesta is going to pop out the rear.
Oh my god!
Well, I have to be sort of family friendly because, well, I can't exactly...
It's either going to be a Fiesta or a car.
Oh god, can you imagine pushing out a modern car out the rear with that focus? It's gonna need major stitches and welds. Here we go, efficiency. Fun facts of the day. Any of you familiar with the Aston Martin Victor? Yes, we are here, because we like cars. The likelihood of me encountering that car has substantially increased. Why is that, Ephes?
Enlighten us.
The one guy that ordered is a Belgian bloke, and the Aston Martin dealership it's delivered to is only a 20-minute drive from where I live. I will smack you with an equally fun fact surface. About 10 minutes from where I live is a McLaren dealership, and yesterday, whilst I was walking past, they were taking delivery of a Senna GTR for the showroom, so I will match you with that.
Ooh! I just noticed we have a DNF of Door Stevie 911.
Wow, that happened like 8 laps ago.
I just noticed!
That's when you were typing in the miscellaneous about missing decals. But Google Smurf is in, has just come out the pits now, so we'll see what happens. Send It Media is now your race leader, but not by much because
that...
Eagle did take a pit.
Exactly. But they're still getting back-to-back market, which make it a little bit interesting and makes it the fray.
He's very twitchy behind TXR Send It, who is going to try and overtake them because they're a back marker, so Apollo and Rune Turtle, for that matter, are going to have to move over quick.
If they notice that the leader is currently chasing down on them, that is. Ooh, they're both going wide, and here goes Send It to the inside for a pit straight.
There goes Apollo, and there goes Rune Turtle.
And there goes Dargan into the pits, giving Send It a little bit less pressure. They still got pressure because if he's not having good laps out, and that's only Eagle gets a bigger lead the moment he goes to pit himself.
That is very true. Now, I would like to say hello to all of our current watchers. We have got Commander Root, we've got Delta watching. Hello Delta, how are you boys doing? Ethis Genji, join the fort. We've got Lucia and Mardak. Hello Mardak, how are you? Over Just King Robin and, well, the basic Shroomland spot. But it's very, very tight at the moment because Senior's got 9.5 second gap from second place, but that is nowhere near enough time at Brands Hatch. Currently on that 15 here of 22. Let's see if there's any tight fights happening. Oh, there is! 6th place!
Ooh, and Send It wide going on the gravel realm.
Look at 6th place though, Google Smurf and Genji going side by side. Send It really does need to pit, holy crap.
And he goes into the pits now.
Have a look at 6th place. Oh, and the sparks flying as Genji gets sent into the grass by Google. Genji's not having it. Genji's flying down the hill. Here we go, Genji's getting the good line. Google's following that line to try and scrub as little distance between them.
Ooh, and Google was very wide in the final corner, getting sucked in by the grass realm. Do we have any other battles going on in the field? Ooh, there might be some weird. Ooh, it's between Darkin, who's currently ahead after a pit stop.
Oh no, 15 and 16. Apollo and Root Turtle. Apollo just went off the track, so That's gonna hurt their distance.
Well, Sen is currently being chasing down Darker now, being in 4th place.
Darken
Now
is
Heiko is
build
in the
threat.
pits, who's currently the race leader. There comes Heiko out of the pits from the looks of it. Which means Sen is currently up to 3rd place, but still a place down from 2nd, which is now Darken's place. This
Ooh.
shows you how well a good pit stop can be compared to a bad timed one.
If you have a bad time one, you just get sent in traffic and you just completely...
Or you're too long in traffic before you pit. It's like either you pit too
Send it
early
over
and get in
mini
another pit.
launch.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's any other fights happening. Oh, 10th place! Stug and Woody going side by side. Woody's got the better line. Stug's trying to not go into the back of them. Stug is looking for that outside line, but is losing a bit too much distance to actually classify any distance gaining, as Woody is starting to make a little bit of distance. Oh, but who went off there? Who went off there? Who went off there? Who went off there? Rude Turtle entered the gravel ramp on turn 1.
As if I'm not remember wrong, wasn't Stug 77 part of track before?
I believe so.
Which means we kind of got the old rivalry going on between old team member and current team members going on as well on the field.
There is some serious good matches here. We're on lap 18 now of 22 here at Brands Hatch. Kenji said, nailed the pit entry! Let's see. 6th place, there is a small battle happening between Crow and PTB at team. Robin said he had to stop somewhere to turn his heater off.
Yeah, I noticed when I was looking through the map and there's like, wait a minute, there's a car stopped next to the safety car. Although, only thing I have to say, it's nice that we have not had to send out the safety car in the field. It's nice to have just in case.
Very true. Because once you have a physical safety car, you have no excuses.
Exactly.
But let's have a look. Crow is still being chased down by Acteam, who is about 5 car lengths behind, so a good second. But Acteam, Acteam makes the move as Crow clips the gravel realm and loses all that distance to Acteam. They're going to have to drive super clean now to actually catch up to where they
As we got about 3 or 4 laps left of the race.
We have got 4 laps left. Oh, just under. Rude Turtle is currently being chased down in 16th place by Stereo Jackson in 17th, who just nudges the rear of the Turtle. but Stereotrax is still looking to see if they can claw back another place. Robin, who pays you? Rude Turtle is now in the pits. That frees Jax to run away. Oh, a nice little thing happening in 11th between Genji and Phoenix. Oh, Genji goes into the back of Phoenix, clips the bumper. Genji's got the inside line. Phoenix has got the outside line, but he's got more speed going round these corners. Genji favouring the tighter line.
They're keeping it back to back. One getting past, the second one's getting a pass. It's a very close battle currently going on between these two. And I think we may have another disconnection from the looks of it.
I believe there might have been, let's see on the track timed. But whilst we wait for that, Phoenix is still chasing down Genji.
Oh, it's RDR Stug.
Stug! Can we get an F in chat for RTR Stug, who's doing so well? We're on the final 3 laps now. ODR Eagle is still your race leader with an 8.5 second advantage to second place. They also own the fastest lap of the race at 1:33.7. Genji using every single gearing he has in that focus to claw out a gap between himself and Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix goes for the lunge though, makes it work as Phoenix takes 10th place away from Genji. Genji looking at the inside line, Phoenix cuts him off. Phoenix goes into the gravel rail. Genji makes the clean overtake work and breaks the distance. There we go, Genji. Making some good ground on Phoenix's mistake. And hopefully that will carry him now all the way to the end of this race. We have only got 2 DNFs so far of RTR Stug and DUR Stevie. We are getting word there's a battle for second place. There is a battle for second place between Darken and Sendit. Sendit is not letting this go. Sendit is twitchy, they're all over the place. As OTR Darken only has 1 lap to go to fend off the slow boy fiend that is TXR Sendit.
And they're getting a back marker as well on the final lap.
Oh, this is not what Darken needs. Darken needs a clear, free track. He's got.
But at the same time, keep in mind, if Darken gets a clean pass, but then Sendit gets stuck behind the back marker, so they can play both ways.
OCR Darken is pulling out a bit of a gap to Sendit.
Seems like they both got clean free of the back mark fairly easily and quickly. So I think he pretty quickly noticed he was being caught up by 2 of the fast drivers.
They clip the grass. Sendit burning every bit of rubber, every bit of fuel. Phoenix,
but now Eagle's coming on the final corner of the race, about to finish off in first place.
And
there is across the line. Eagle securing the win.
race winner with Darken in second, Send It in third. Coming around the final corner now is Heiko in fourth. Now, need to go back now to 10th place because Phoenix overtook Genji, and Genji is going to do their best to take it back.
Now Google Smurf is fairly back away from Heiko from the moment.
Oh, Phoenix gets clipped in the rear by Genji, who tried to do a send but had the door shut on him. Genji's looking for every little opportunity.
Crows are turning
now.
it up in 7th. And Margaret securing this 8th place. Track Woody
Efforts that
securing
pace for
9th.
Send It was nowhere to be seen. But it's the final corner now. Phoenix has done enough work to fend off the human meatball that is Genji to secure 10th place. Here they come. Phoenix crosses the line with Genji. Send It, no kidding, it's different because your pace was shockingly small.
But keep in mind the next race is in the wet.
And that is where I expect to see Send It shine.
Or will we see some other people triumphing? We don't know.
Well, Send It, you've got no one to blame but yourself because that's your tune. And there we go. So, looking at the previous race, your race winner of OTR Eagle finishes up with a very fast lap of a 133.7. Darken very close behind with a 133.8 in second place. Then TXR Send It, Heiko, Google Smurf, PTG at Team, Crow, McGrath, Woody, Phoenix, Genji, What 10 Tom, Shrek Saban, Apollo, Jax, Infernus, Rude Turtle, Robin finishes off the pack in 18th with Stug and Stevie being the only two DNFs during that race. But very well done. And it looks like the only dirty person there was Phoenix to not clock in a clean lap time during that entire race. Very, very well done. And the Eagle, who, you know, that is very, very something. Genji saying, damn it, top 10 reverse, I finished 11th. Far! Yeah, that means Phoenix will be starting in first. But one thing I will say is, you know eagles, the actual animal?
Mm-hmm.
Their vision is incredible.
Oh, it is.
And do you know what else's vision is incredible?
What is?
Mr. Rob Flanagan. Do you know who that is?
No.
Rob Flanagan is the creator of today's sponsor, EnableNet. He saw people struggling when the pandemic struck and how they couldn't connect with people, how they couldn't work from home, how they couldn't just simply function with everywhere shutting around them. So he decided to create EnableNet that enables everyone to get connected, get online, and actually join the modern era where people do need to be online, and we thank him very much for being the visionary that he is. And today's sponsor of this series, should I say.
Exactly. And Genji, did you hear that your moment in the grass was cut on the stream? Let's see how long it takes before he reacts to us.
Do 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 do.
Give a little bit of music after you're waiting on the second race to begin.
Yeah. Barney says, I am not bored yet. Well, we hope not, but the thing is, the real fun is coming because, the rain is coming and it's not going to be pretty.
And why are we not surprised, Robin?
Pushed it off, pushed it aside. But I was looking for you. I'm always looking for you. I brushed it off, pushed it aside. But
Oh no. Robin, when he's bored, is like a toddler with a hand grenade. You know he's going to pull that pit.
Quite the interesting factor, Robin.
If you could T-bone the safety car, he's flat. Oh god, F is so going on about the soundtrack.
I don't even use Spotify anymore. I stopped subscribing to Spotify.
What's the thing about Spotify? It's perfectly usable with ads. Don't see why people subscribe.
The reason I actually stopped my Spotify subscription is because I bought the subscription for YouTube, which means I don't get ads on YouTube, and means I also can use their YouTube Music app and have music downloaded for offline as well. And I can get any music I want instead of having a restriction of Spotify of not finding them. Since on YouTube, you can more or less find anything, as long as people upload it. On Spotify, it's a little more restricted because you need license to more or less upload a lot of the music there.
Very true.
And I agree, a lot of anime music is actually pretty good background music for a lot of things.
Looks like a couple of people disconnected, so we're waiting for them to reconnect. Well, Ephes, that's because most of the time you have good taste in music, but when it comes to anime music, it's surprisingly shocking.
I also used to do a lot of Spotify, but due to how I had to find the music, I struggled to find making good playlists for myself.
That is true because I have found more good music that I've related to of people that I've not known about through YouTube Music rather than through Spotify. Genji's just saying El Banana. No, Daniel does have shame because he doesn't just watch it, he does other stuff while watching it. Stuff that I can't say on stream because, well, younger people are watching. But anyway, chat, how are you? How was your New Year's? Did you do anything interesting? How are you doing in general? Talk to us. Tell us how you've been. Have you been well? Have you been not so well? Talk to us because we are bored while we wait. Well, Ephes, we thank you for joining. We thank you for watching. Go and charge up your phone, and thank you very, very much for joining. You're always a pleasure to have around.
Alright, Evans, you have a good sleep. But Evans, why don't you have a charger on standby for this kind of occasion?
What is that little gift? Sarah, what is that little gift?
Oh, that Monka stare.
Yeah.
It's from the Fail Race Discord.
At first, we hope to see you on Friday. That's all I can say. So, Sale, apart from this EnableNet Cup, how are you feeling about Formula E coming to our little championship realm? Okay.
Sorry, I was reading some information on things.
Yeah, we all know you're looking at some theories. Anyway, I was saying, how do you feel about Formula E coming to our little championship realm? There we go, the grid is sorted, the countdown is started. We're seconds away from those obligatory words. We're seconds away.
Yes, this wet racing is gonna be very interesting.
Go. 21 laps in the rain with one pit stop. Lights out and away we go. Phoenix makes a great start off in the wet. But who is that next to him? Woody and McGrath and Crow are all piling up behind him. Oh, and Woody clips the rear off of
What
Phoenix.
in the world what just happened?
Woody clipped the rear of Phoenix, sent him into a tyre wall that was located just after the sand trap, and it just caused everyone to absolutely get destroyed.
I think we are having a restart.
I believe we are.
True, Genji.
Well, it is true because Barnier's couldn't lead a race if his life depended on it. Because just like Send It, he's a slow boy. Robin says, oh man, I had such a good drift into turn one. And it's lights out and away we go once again at Brands Hatch. He'll go Phoenix. And Woody are not that close anymore because they're trying to avoid an accident as Crow goes into the gravel realm and instantly loses places. Woody's going up the inside line of Phoenix. McGrath is trying. Google's going very wide. Phoenix snaps back to first place. Woody second. McGrath and Heiko are...
What an angry pack of focuses in the wet.
They're not just angry, they are pissed.
I hope they're focused today as these cars focused. Oh, bad bands on the horizon.
God, the dad jumps are real, oh my god.
Oh, alright, let me get my Jan Jokes folder.
Don't.
Well, I already have one ready for you.
Okay. Ooh.
Let's wait until the action slows a little bit down before I tell you it. The field is quite getting in a line now in the rain as they're getting settled down with the grip. As Sandit goes wide, and we got something far out in the one of the third to last corner. And Sandit's being backed up in traffic, being all the way down to 10th.
Phoenix is making a good little gap for themselves now. Keeping away from the most of the pack, but Heiko is certainly closing. And right there in third
Just
place,
see Eagles chasing down both of them. The Eagle is chasing down the Phoenix. We got a bird rivalry going on in the top 3. We're missing the third one. Where's the pigeon?
Actually, yeah, where is the bloody fat pigeon?
Eagle is looking inside of Heiko. This not is in this rain.
Oh, but Genji's now on the inside of Heiko. Oh, they clash doors.
And that leaves Eagle to make for the run for it, taking second place.
It is now Bird versus Bird, Phoenix versus Eagle. Which one has got the sharper racing claws? And oh my god, the melee of cars from third place onwards. Genji's got Heiko's.
What anger packs of fields that all shames down Genji. I'm not sure if Genji's feeling comfortable having that many chasing him down.
Genji's got a bigger target on his back than O.J. Simpson in the Bronco.
Oh boy, no.
What? He's in a white Ford?
Ooh, do we see something go wide in the first corner?
So I think go a little wide, not that much.
So I think I just saw something potentially go wide.
Genji has gone wide onto the gravel.
So did Heiko right behind him.
Heiko, Google at Team Send It, Woody and Darken, all fighting for third place.
And they got Udia. Eagle is taking lead with Phoenix in second now.
Only just, they are side by side here. And now Genji's catching up. Here's round 2, ding ding, of Genji versus Phoenix. Phoenix and Genji going side by side. Phoenix hasn't got the pace in the rain.
Ooh. I think the rain's catching a lot of people right now. As Genji seems to have taken second place away.
But now Phoenix is trying to do the switchback and makes it work on Genji. Genji loses.
But here comes Heiko.
And Send It on Google and X Team all swarming Genji. Genji is in a Ford Focus Cluster F right now. Oh, Phoenix goes wide.
It looks Sandy got caught a little bit in the gravels. He got further back around the pack, and now he's in 7th place being chased on the track. Woody.
Genji still in 4th place. Can't get past Phoenix, although Heiko has gone into 2nd place. Google and Axim are still chasing. Oh, but Phoenix spins it in the gravel realm. Losing 6 positions in one off. That is a bad news bear right there for Phoenix. But here we go, we've got Google Smurf looking on the inside of Genji, but not making it work. Oh, Google Smurf clicks the gravel realm, allowing our team to Send It to actually overtake. Phoenix has caught up with
We're also
Google.
having a little bit of delay or lag with this replay that's getting received to us. As the car's getting around a little bit.
Cars are dancing around a little bit, but we'll certainly tell. The sky is getting darker now, the rain is getting heavier, which means these drivers are going to have a lot less grip to work with. As that team and Send It are going side by side for 4th place. Send It is living up to his name and sending it through the S's to make 4th place theirs. Send It is looking to break away and catch Genji now, which is going to be very interesting because he said that they are both his tunes, but both very bad tunes. So either it's tailored to him, or it is not worked on enough.
Keep in mind, might be other factors as well playing in with. He's maybe not raced around with too many people on track with these tunes.
That's very true. Oh, but Sendi's looking up on the inside, but has to do a big break so that he doesn't punt Genji off the track like a ping pong ball inside a pinball machine. Send It looking up on the inside, gets caught up on the rear. Genji's on the inside, out breaks him. Genji's going deep. He has the outside line, but Send It's on the inside.
Oh, the
Squeezes
boat go
Genji
wide.
into the grass. And Send It squeezes himself into 3rd place. Who is that?
Who's who?
Root Turtle is all the way back in 18th. What happened there?
Maybe he's not having a lot of grip in the rain.
Here we go. Genji is now being chased out by BTG at Team, who is trying to close the gap, but the rain is getting heavier, and Genji, I know from experience, favours the rain like a fish favours the ocean. Genji looking to make a move, stickers to get a little bit twitchy, but it seems to be okay. Genji clipping all the apexes here, using all the space that he can to actually try and make a move work. Because Send It is in front of him, which it's unlikely he's going to catch. So now he's going to face off at Team, who is looking like they're having a bit of sim twitch steering. So that is going to have to be looked at. Alright, but you've gone very quiet.
I'm still here.
That's nice to know. I thought your mic died.
No, it didn't die.
Genji's still being chased down by PCG at Team. We're on lap 7 of 21 here. It is the same rules as last time. We've got 21 laps instead of 22. But they still have one mandatory pit stop. And it's full simulation damage, not just wheel and tyres. It is full sim damage, so no knocking around to actually, well, be real. Here we go. Genji's starting to make a little bit of room, although up the road there is a battle happening for second place, where it's the Heiko and Send It having a battle side to side. Send It is looking for any available room they can.
Seems like Heiko going strong, but currently being chased down by Sendit for second place. Seems like Heiko's a little bit stronger here in the rain. It's getting a very strong rain downfall at the moment.
It's very strong, but it will lighten off by the end of the race.
In of the right rain and lighten up, will the track have been any drier?
True.
Doesn't matter if it starts raining because the rain on the track doesn't go as easily as the rain itself.
The rain does ease, but it is struggling to get heat into these
It
tyres.
seems like Sendit done early pit stop.
Sendit has done a very early pit stop. I wonder why that is. Because currently your race leader is OTR Eagle. But they do not own the fastest lap. Sendit Media owns the fastest lap at 137.8.
Maybe Eagle's not as comfortable in the rain compared to the dry.
But it's one thing having a fast lap, but it's another keeping those fast laps continuously going.
Exactly.
Now, the races are pretty spread out at the moment, so we apologise for the lack of speech. The closest we have here is in 10th place between Darken and Google for 10th.
But Sendit's not too far in front of them either, so... Which means they have all done an early pit stop. But we got this little close battle here from looks of it between 13 and 14.
But let's have a looky here. So, Infernus is having a good little battle. I haven't seen him because Aaron McGrath is trying to chase him down. Oh, but second place is approaching back markers of Robin. And that might allow Genshin to close a little bit to Heiko. And I must admit, have you seen Heiko's paint? It looks very nice.
It is. It's very nice Castro Lurvis down there. There goes Robin drifting into the gravel realm.
Yeah. Robin moving out the way nicely. Next back market is Rude Turtle, who needs to watch the line. That was Heiko, not Rude.
Just a little bit slight, but they're trying to get as much speed,
Yeah.
but still... I think it's because Heiko was not expecting the route to be that speed he currently was, which might be cause of the slight contact of the bumpers.
Very
But
true.
there was no it didn't cause anybody any issues, it was just slight little contact.
Mm.
But he's currently being chased down by Genji here in the rain.
Hmm.
Good morning,
let's
Roo.
see. Good morning, Roo. How are you, my dude? Well, currently, Heiko is now in the clear, as I believe Genji's gone into the pits. Let's have a look. Yes, Genji has gone into the pits on lap 12 of 21 here, so we will certainly see what happens. Rue, we are surprisingly all very happy today. We're sorry you feel like that. Are you
Well,
just
keep
feeling
in mind
under
that
the
it's
weather, or are you
summer
just...
down in Australia compared to winter for us.
Yeah, so that means it's hot as balls, as always. But currently, Darkin in 7th place is trying to chase down Genji in 6th, and has Duper Smurf behind him in 8th.
We got a close battle now for third place with Woody and Phoenix.
Sorry about that, nearly just choked on my own tongue. Oh, what is that tight little goodness there? No, I don't want to look at Sakura.
Did you get caught out by something you didn't want to see?
No, I went the wrong way and it just shot me all the way to Sakura's point of view. And it's like, I don't want to watch Sakura. Sakura's doing jack buggery. But if you look at 3rd place, there is a battle between Woody and Phoenix.
I told you that.
Google Smurf makes a move on Genji for 7th. Aaron McGrath losing 8 places. That is not a good thing, should I say. Oh, Woody goes wide. Phoenix looking to close the gap.
Why are you feeling disappointed, Barnes?
Probably because there's been no crashes and he hasn't got
No,
the chance to use
and
his
Woody's
shiny
being caught
move.
up by a lot of back markers for looks of it at the moment. Ooh, and Woody goes wide as he gets a lot of understeer in that corner as he tries to push it.
Ooh.
Giving the position easily back to Phoenix. I think the corner that's happening is now major pileups of people damaged.
Which is a shame.
Since we have Robin doing all the carnage on his own, but it's only causing problems for himself, not the others.
Yeah.
And there goes Woody into the pits. Well, Barnes is currently a safety car for this series, Rue, so he's doing nothing at all except like you go back to him. Here he is in his all his glory.
Woody is now leaving the pits.
Also, this is how suckers were looking. Where like I'm now is like, oh, here comes everybody. Here comes all the carnage. Meow.
look for any tight little battles again.
Oh, we got 6th and 7th.
There's still Genji having fights with people, and this time it's with Google.
So we're gonna pit straight now with Google still in tow.
Genji's still being chased down, but
He is.
we'll see.
There's been a lot of not action sometimes, so it might be some action where we're not actually saying much due to the fact that the people
Exactly.
just have out of the middle of nowhere, but we currently got a lot of action right now. Ooh!
Between Heiko, Darkin and Genji, all piling up thanks to a backmark of Rude Turtle. Let's have a look at Genji. Genji's being chased down now currently by OTR Darkin and Google Smurf as he made the move work quite well. And he's currently up into 5th place, trying to chase down Heiko in 4th. Send It Media is currently in 2nd place, but your race leader still is OTR Eagle with a 4.4 second time advantage. And Genji clips the
Genji.
gravel round.
It gets a big twitch.
That right there is a sim steering snap if I've ever seen one. Oh, and now Genji and Google Smith are going side by side for 6th place. Google Smith have got the inside line unless he does a dive. Genji needs to shut the door very quick. Google Smith has the inside line.
Genji's not giving up. So he definitely seems to be
not
wanting
giving
that
up. He's
position
like a
back.
determined sperm.
He's getting to that goal like his last will. Genji's just hot riding on the bumper like it's super glue.
He is riding so hard. We're on lap 18 now, 21
Oh,
here
he's
at Brands
definitely
Hatch.
trying to get the pants down on Google, putting big pressure on the man.
Let's have
Trying
a
for a
look. He's
dive,
looking around
but
the inside.
it's not getting the grip or the speed.
Through, that's simply because, well, Twitch is having an issue. Genji's still trying to chase down Google, trying to get that 6th place back.
It might be a little difficult, but as you can see, the rain has stopped, but the track is still wet.
The track is still very, very much wet. Let's see, there's no real other tight competitions happening apart from this little pack here, so we need to stick now with Google and Genji until the end of the race, where Genji's might as well be sniffing the fumes from his tailpipe with how close he's riding.
As he gets on the inside, ooh, we got slight door contact from Genji. Seems like there's still managed to keep it clean despite a little contact.
Genji's got the inside line.
When
Google clips the grass, they smack doors.
there's definitely a battle trying to keep position from the looks of it.
They are now side by side. Genji's now got the inside preferred line. He's now on the bad line. He needs to shut the door on Google's face. And he does that very well with Google just tapping his ray. But now Google has the inside line. No!
The inside line is not always better depending on the corner. Sometimes being the outside is a little bit more on the advantage because you can sometimes carry correct speed in the outside line.
That is true, but it's better to be on the inside. Oh, and Google messed up a little bit of a gear change. You heard it bounce off the rev limiter there.
It's quite easy to forget to change gear sometimes if you're in the heat of battle.
But here we go. We have got now just 2 laps remaining here at Brands Hatch. Let's see if Google can catch up to Genji and try and take 6th place off him once more.
Oh, my bad.
What have you done?
Accidentally lowered the...
What the hell is that wallpaper?
Just a wallpaper.
Okay. You know. If you want to talk about any anime fantasies, you know where Daniel is.
That wallpaper was more of a star sky, although it had some anime in it.
The big question is though, If it has anime, does it also have cake?
Might be getting somewhere in that universe. As Genji is
It
getting the
doesn't-
back markers, so taking us. Ooh. What's
There's
going on with Phoenix?
Phoenix looking like he's diving into the pits. I think he's got some major
I think
repair
it
work.
does. As we're entering the final lap now.
That gives Genji 5th place, but we're on the final lap. OTR Eagle now owns the fastest lap of the race at 1:35.8, with a 4.8 second advantage to second, which is Send It Media. So
Let's go to the final lap with our leader.
whilst
Current
you stay with the
dominating
leader,
ODR Eagle.
I will stay between the battle between Genji and Google, as Google is trying their best to catch back up to Genji. But that one failed gear change, and it is the gap that he needed to keep that position. Genji's got half a lap to make this magic stick, as our race leader is making the penultimate corner now, coming towards the final corner of the race of the night.
He's going into the final corner now, which is a long right-hander. It's entering the pit straight.
Ooh.
And across the line.
ODR Eagle.
Here goes
is your
Send
race
It.
winner.
Here comes Haku in the final corner with Dargun right behind him. And
Dargun
both
in
crossing the
fourth.
line.
Genji 5th. Google in 6th. Rounding the final corner now, we have got Actima, who will finish 7th.
And Crow
Then
in
we've
8th.
got Crow in 8th. Rounding the final corner now, we've got Woody, who will finish in a solid 9th. Then we've got Aaron McGrath, who was in quite a low position, but managed to finish up in...
And then
well,
gets Phoenix right
10th
behind
place.
him in 12, which is utter disappointment. But I think he had to do a pit stop due to
Yeah.
damage.
Phoenix finishing in 11th. Track Seban in 12th. Then we have
What time?
Tom? in 13th. Then in 14th, all the way back, we have got Agile Apollo, who is not even at the final corner yet. So let's stay with them while they round the final corner.
Going on to the pit straight.
By the way, nice work on the exclamation with the enable chat. Very nice work. Right, so 15th is Stereo Jax, who just recently crossed the line. In Furnace is 16th. Rude Turtle in 17th. Robin
Still-
in 18th.
Oh,
And then Sakura as the safety car. Well, I think it goes without question that my driver of the day has to be OTR Eagle, who just raced a perfect race from front to back both times.
from the looks of it, Phoenix only did one pit stop.
Who would you say is your driver of the day?
Driver of the day. I'm a little bit unsure.
Well, whilst you decide that, let me say thank you once again to our sponsor, EnableNet, who does so much good work and so much good deeds for people. It's not even funny. So go check them out. Go and show them some love. And just remember, they do a lot of good work for people. So any guesses for driver of the day then, Body or Pan?
think I have to say Heiko, considering he stayed pretty fairly consistent through the whole race. As he was battling as well.
I can respect that. But anyway, thank you very much for everyone for watching, joining, sharing and commenting throughout this entire stream. We have loved having you here, and well, from myself and Mr. Haseo, we wish you a fantastic start to the new year, which will hopefully leave 2020 dead and forgotten. But until then, our next stream will be on Thursday with Phil and Dave teaching you how to take photos, and on Friday
Hopefully we'll have the next series. Sign up for it. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Sign up for it, or else.
We'll see you next time.